Studded letter. Where did you get this? I've been saving money. Dude, he asked, "You adventurers." He never said, "Are you heroes?" What a rude kid. I mean, I'll still take the armor. He's like, "Will you take my life savings?" Yes. Yes, I will. Welcome to the town of Lindo. Thank you. Is that a fox person? Papu. Stranger to the town, would you care for some information for a small donation to a homeless fellow? How much? A mere 5 coupons. I, Papu, would be most grateful. Yes. Most excellent. You seem like you came from the west. There's a farm out there belonging to Mr. Gormand and his wife. Very friendly folks. You should try talking to them. Here, besides me, there is the inn run by Dyson. You'll oftentimes get strangers passing through the town, and the townsfolk will go there in the evening to unwind. To the north, you'll find a shrine. This town's shrine is to Joran. The Enkin with you would probably make good use of that. There is also another farm further down the path there. If you head south, you'll find Lef Silk's house. Such an odd name. Where do these sheepa come up with this stuff? Is it your name Papu? What sort of dumb name is that? It's a very noble name, I'll have you know. Anyway, to the right, you'll find a residential area as well as our town's general store. Terra's runs that. A good man. Whoa! That's a lot of dancing people. Okay. Is that a pirate? I tried to take a bite out of a boar in the Nerzuth wood. It turned out to be an ogre crawling on the ground looking for an amulet he dropped. The creatures here are too easy to slay. Weren't we already in the eastern area of Cathrul? I've heard there are tough ruins to conquer there. The forests here are so magical. Do you know that the fruit bugs here aren't edible until after they die? Their shells are hard until after that, when they soften up a bit. I've been listening to the people around here, and they say you should avoid the Shining Tunnel. I tried to warn Matt about that, and he said it's our next stop. Vivlio, the Wanderer. Excuse me, how well-traveled are you? Not very. Reasonably well-traveled. Interesting. I'm wondering if you can advise me on my path. I seek the knowledge of the gods. My name is Vivlio the Wanderer. I have a few points about that. First of all, it's a very broad spectrum. Secondly, how would you even go about that? A good question. You sound like a nut job. I'm out of here. Wait, before you go. What? Could you direct me to the Fields of Valor? Sure, just head east. Oh, really? Thank you for your guidance. I'm sure we'll meet again. Are you sure about those directions? I don't even know what the Fields of Valor are. Perfect answer. Okay, Bob. Perfect answer. Of course, makes sense. You're always so helpful. Oh, dude. The writing for the main character is pretty freaking cool. I love that he doesn't give two shits about anybody. He's just like, whatever. Hello, my dears. Are you all new in town? Yes, I want a drink. Manners. That's all right, sir. Please be seated and I'll bring something to you. You look a bit troubled. Is something the matter? No, nothing at all. I have to get back to work. Visitors to our town. Keep out of trouble and you're very welcome. Talk. Downry was looking for mercenaries last I heard. You may want to pay her a visit in the east of town. I was kind of hoping that something else would crop up, but... About before, yes? Has somebody been hassling you? No, it's nothing like that. Tell us and maybe we can help. Okay, fine. Well, thank God I talked to her again. I'd been taking care of my sick mother for the past 2 years, but the cost of medicine was costly. Yeah. Over time, it all built up quite badly. That's rough. Yeah, she took an even worse turn a couple of weeks ago and passed away, I'm afraid. I'm very sorry for your loss. Yeah, sorry to hear it. Thank you. I take it your earnings as a waitress makes it hard to pay off the debts. Yes, it does. Would you accept some money? No, I couldn't possibly. Please forget I said anything. But No, I don't want charity. I appreciate the offer, but no thank you. What can I do then? I like my job a lot. It gives me a chance to meet plenty of interesting people. A strange man in blue coat and pointy hat came in a few months ago. He looked like a powerful magician. Just an empty barrel? Sure. The town of Lindum was founded in the Katrul region in 4th era 2013. As proficient craftsmen, the Enkians built most of the houses in the town within a few months. It's the speed and skill that have allowed the Enkians to gain a strong foothold in the Katrul region post-invasion. Given the prominence of the river and the fertile land in the town and the outskirts, Lindum became a strong farming town and training hub. The river flowing through Lindum, if the main current is followed, eventually leads to Rightport. As Enkians are often welcoming of other races, provided they follow rule of law, there are a small number of other races that have settled in Lindum. They also have a good relations with their neighboring ogres, but no better than to venture into their territory unprovoked, due to the limited guard protection in Lindum. I spent all of my years, studying the mysterious fruit bugs and their ways. I've lived among them, watched them grow, and watched them die. Today I will share some of my findings. First, some backstory. Where do fruit bugs come from? You would presume they'd be native to our great continent of Epirods, right? Or Epiros. It appears not. They're theorized to originate from a mysterious land called Fruit Vale. It's an island far out in the ocean that has only been reached by portal, and some say is in another plane of existence entirely. What are they? Fruit bugs are insects that make their homes inside fruits. Yes? No. The fruits are actually shells. Similar to turtles, the shells grow on them. They don't make their homes there if they find them. The different types of fruit bugs have shells of different fruits, which can be surprisingly flexible and durable. The shells stretch easily when pulled and don't bend easily when pushed, so you can actually take the shell from a dead bug and place it over the shell of another bug. Don't try and eat the shell, because it's hard as a rock, until a few weeks after the death of the original bug. What type of fruit bugs are there? The common ones found throughout Epiros are the apple bug, pear bug, plum bug, orange bug, banana bug, and kiwi bug. There are others that are rarer to find, like the peach bug, watermelon bug, and grapefruit bug. The king of the fruit bugs is said to be the pineapple bug, of which there are only a few in existence and which rarely appear outside of Fruit Vale, if at all. Does that provide you with greater insight? Do you still have lingering questions like what does a fruit bug look like outside of its shell? These will be answered in time. Oh. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna steal your life savings. Wait. I was hoping it was like a potion that gives you stuff. Red potion, green potion, I want them, but it's locked. Oh, it's green potion for the stamina. Okay. Yeah, that must have been it. Okay, where are you? Philos, why are you in my house? I wanted to come in. That's not what I'd call a good person. If you don't leave soon, I'll have to remove you. Settle down there. We're not here to cause trouble. Actually, I have an idea. I can make use of your intruding skills. What's your offer? I'm in love. Okay. Good for you. Good for you. Her name is Ilinada. She lives on the east side of the town, and I want to ask her to dinner, but I don't know the first thing about her. I want to find a way to appeal to her. I need you to go find out what she likes. Just ask her to be your mate. Not that hard. You have to be assertive or fight your love rivals. Everybody knows this. That's not really the Incan way. And this underhanded nonsense is... Fair enough. We'll do it anyway for some sort of reward. I have a very nice magical cloak. Is that satisfactory? Yes, let's go. Is that a man or a woman? It's probably a man. Oh. An empty house. Well, that house was lame. Oh, 20 coupons. Potion of stamina. Locked. Of course it is. Shh, don't tell anybody, but I'm actually a merchant. I've got one of each status amulet to sell, so my stock is a little limited. That said, I wouldn't mind being bought out of stock because it means I'm a success. Yes. Oh, Ring of Regeneration. Wow. I want the red potion, though. I'm gonna have to get some money and get that. I don't have enough right now anyway, so it doesn't matter. But it's good to know that there's one there. It's really weird that I can save at those shrines as well, even though it's not my god. Carrots! Bro. What? Boom! Iron armor. The carrot thief strikes again. It's locked. Well, well, well. What do we have here? How long have you been waiting to make a pun like that? Help! You look like you're strong. Could you do me a favor? It's hard to go anywhere without being asked for a favor. Very true. I went to Nurse Youth and somebody came up to me and asked for guidance. Point taken. What is it? I tried to tame some plum bugs to use as livestock. I figured that I could harvest their juice. You know? It didn't go so well. Where are they now? They're closed inside my house. I need them exterminated. Oh man, that was freaking great. He's like, you're right. That actually happens to me. All those missed attacks though. Wait, leave him alone, bro. What do you mean not enough stamina? I passed my turn. That was dumb. Boom! First group done. Ow. Ow. Will you stop it? Also, why do I miss so much, man? Nice. The miss. Okay. I have to say, guys, the game really grows on you. When I started, I wasn't sure, but the more I play it, the more I like it. And the writing alone makes a whole world of difference. It's so good. Like, the banter between the characters is what I like most about Tale of Vesperia, and it's the same kind of thing you're getting here. That crit, though. That crit. Is it done? It is done. Thanks. I just thought... Don't care. Just give me that reward you promised. What reward? You didn't promise a reward? Well, then I'd like a reward. Fine. Here. Will this do? Yes, it will. A red potion? Bro! Absolutely, man. Oh, I didn't mean to... Oops. I hit a carrot, apparently. I didn't mean to. But we still did anyway. Yeah, that's a shop. I stock plenty of good gear and plenty of healing items too. Please take a browse if you're in need. I am in need. 3! Bro! A level 2 axe. Ooh. Well, I want these. Oh man, and he sells like all the magic too. Oh my god. Oh no, Bob is frozen solid, guys. What are we gonna do? Let's thaw him up. Sir, your face appears to have just like wandered off without your body. Empty barrel, empty barrel. Nothing there. Who are you? Help me! What is this abomination? Hold on, as tempting as it is to draw my blade on this creature, I think we should assess. Not a chance. Look at this thing. We have to cut it down. No! I think it's a person. A gore magician would be a good help here. Okay. Way back in the before era, there were a number of mystical beings known as the Archaeads. These beings widely varied in their powers and abilities, some weak and some strong. The Archaeads strongly opposed Nightmares, one of the less pleasant of the divine beings. Nightmare was responsible for the beginnings of the undead on Enki, and the Orchiads chose to band together and kill him on Enki, the only place where he supposedly can be defeated. The Orchiads were led by Ban, the one who could live for millennia without aging. Ban gathered all of the Orchiads together and summoned forth Nightmare from his dimension. Nightmare appeared instantly, and with a smile on his face, having been preparing a nasty surprise to play. The battle raged on for days before any side showed signs of tiredness. The many Orchiads fighting against Nightmare alone as a deity. Nightmare could change size and form at will, but the Orchiads had plenty of powers to counterattack. Some were masters of the elements, some could fly, some had immense physical strength, and others had different abilities altogether. Nightmare was growing bored of the fighting, as it was becoming clear to him that the Orchiads were finally starting to tire. The Orchiads were strong, but they don't have the stamina of a god. Nightmare decided enough was enough and froze all the surviving Orchiads in place, even brought the dead back to life. They were all brought together in their hundreds, and he told them that he had a special surprise for them. Nightmare said that he wouldn't kill them, for that was too easy. He was going to condemn them to eternal life. He scattered them all across Enki to continents near and far. Each Orchiad was in a hard-to-reach location, and where they landed, a tree grew. Each tree bore fruit, and if the fruit was consumed, the devourer would be cursed. A fraction of the power of the Orchiad that became the tree would be granted to them, but at the cost of physical resembling the original Orchiad. Over time, most of the trees have been lost to time. Others are now heavily guarded, and others still are within reach, but they all linger on, each Orchiad fully aware of what goes on around them, but unable to move or communicate in any way. All the Orchiads are now fruit bearers. Okay. Okay. Let's look at here. Oh, another res item. Cool. Emperor Theon Magalos ascended to the throne of Ionis at the age of 26 after his father's death. He's the first emperor in his family line to not have served as a priest, but rather as a magician. This was controversial amongst the population, but he spent 2 years in seclusion at the Temple of Joran to study the teachings. This helped his popularity somewhat, although it was a slow climb over the following years. At the age of 57, he led the battle to retake Guardian from the ogres and successfully drove their main forces from Kalshar. This feat ended their rule in Kalshar that lasted almost a century and solidified Theon's reputation as a great emperor. 2 years later, he was able to sign a peace treaty with the ogres of Crothmole, the first of its kind, which allowed for trade links to be set up between the Inkians and ogres. Theon has been married to 3 different wives, Aela, Cassandra, and Penelope. Aela bore 1 of his children. Cassandra bore 4, and his current wife, Penelope, bore 2. Aela was originally one of his warriors, and she died in battle. Cassandra was Aela's sister and died in childbirth. Penelope was one of his negotiators that he appointed after she showed excellent promise in her academic years. They married when he was 55 and she was 27, something that caused a lot of rumor mongering amongst the people. Man, that guy is it's been going around, man. Ilinada, how are you doing? Good. Listen, we have some questions for you. Okay, what's the concerning? It's important stuff. First of all, what's your favorite food? Steak. Interesting choice. What's your favorite activity? I like to hunt. My father used to take me into the woods to spear boars. Good choice. I don't bother hunting much myself. When I do, I like it. That's because you're lazy. Shut up. Last question now. Ogres or local? Ogres have always been very nice to me when I've seen them in the forest. They don't really come into town much. Philos has picked a fine mate. If you had nice fangs and blue fur, you'd be good for me. What? Nothing. Farewell. Like I'm just... He's like, you're a fine mate. I wonder what's down here. Oh, more of the village. Sure. Potion of Health. I'll take it. The multiverse is the best way we can possibly explain our universe and the various planes surrounding it. Think of the multiverse as the way each universe came into existence. The multiverse isn't quite a plane in itself, more of a concept that caused the planes to come into existence. The first true planes to form as the multiverse began where the elemental planes of Mountain Garden, the Great Furnace, Cryovariance, Radiantverse, and the Flesh River. These were created as a necessity to maintain the stability of the universes and are constants, unlike other planes which can come and go. Each of the subsequent planes that came into existence are what we refer to as the governed universes, as they must all have a creator god that watches over that universe. Malevolent, benevolent, it's hard to say. Each deity has their own reasons for doing what they do. From each of these individual planes, there can be a shorter term pocket planes. They can exist for a while, but would eventually run out of energy and collapse in on themselves. This may be for as long as 1,000 years, but could be as short as 10 minutes. Very intriguing. Greetings, mercenaries. I'm Dane, and I have a proposal for you. Mercenaries, aren't you? Well, mercenaries? I'm offering 300 coupons for you to deal with a locor named Adrianus Eustace. We were supposed to be working out a business deal, but he sent thugs around to intimidate me. What was the business deal supposed to be? It was a simple exchange of goods. Please, I'm ever so frightened. His house is very close by. I mean, I'll kill him. I don't care. There's enough bookshelves filled. Yeah, I know. The Shardites are an elusive race that usually hides in the caves of the deep sections of Cloudreach. They're a mostly peaceful race that remains isolationist in their various tribes, but they have fewer wanderers and defectors like other isolationist creatures such as Lokor. Shardites are beings of living stone that have grown from gemstones being infused with magic. They're often assumed to be genderless, but this is not the case. Shardites have male and female variants that mirror that of other races. Oddly enough, they have their own unique reproductive organs as well. The most commonly found Shardites are Rubidite, Citradites, Emeraldites, Amidites, Saphidites, and Topadites. These share the colors of rubies, citrons, emeralds, amethysts, sapphires, and topazes respectively. Shardites are very rarely found outside of Cloudreach, but there are a few known tribes in underground areas throughout other countries in Epiros. The second most common populated country with Shardites would be Korimun. The Tale of the Ogres began at the start of the Second Era. Indeed, it was the event that sparked the declaration of the Second War. Krath, Lord of Brutality, had a massive disagreement with Sindor, Lord of the Beasts, and decided to hit him where it hurts the most. Krath took Sindor's favorite of the three bestial races that Sindor had shaped, the Bora, and warped them into the Ogres. The Bora were no longer the peaceful society that were loved by all. They now sought to conquer, and they waged war against the other beasts, with their sides set mainly on the Vulpa. This culminated in the War of the Beast, and the Vulpa lost large portions of their lands to the Ogres. Over time, the Ogres' initial madness and lust for murder decreased, yet is far from gone. This is partially due to their separation into two different sub-races of Ogres, Blue and Dark. They make uneasy peace with most races, except the Vulpa and the Lokor. Krath became the patron deity, and they credit him for unlocking their true potential. It's said that Sindor's revenge for this act has yet to take place, but will one day have drastic consequences for Krath and the Ogres who turned their backs on him. But the Ogres didn't really get a choice, did they? At the end of the Third Era, the Titan with a body designed to create chaos destruction strode across the land. I've foreseen it. His eyes glow a pale green, and the ore in his chest glows even greener. His brown, muddy, and rocky skin stands out amongst the horizon. The people fled at his sight, and even those who can travel the skies are no more than a small bird is to us. I survived my encounter with him that left my other fellow villagers dead. Towering 30